Good evening. This is Poems from Me to You, what I used to call Facebook love back in the pandemic when all this started. Once again, I've been away for a while. I've been in and out of the country. I've been hosting a women's retreat and developing some curriculum for some coaching. But in the meantime, there's a lot of drama and excitement here, and I felt pushed to write a new piece a few days ago, and then I realized that I haven't been here in a while. So then I thought about what I would like to say, not just around the new piece, but the fact that how I feel about this country and being a citizen and voting and being part of a republic which requires us all to participate. It didn't come out of nowhere. How did I get here? So I have a couple pieces to read before I read my new one. And that's how we'll start this weekend, the last weekend before we all, if we haven't voted early, do it on Tuesday. So this is Poems from Me to You, number 341. The first one is a piece entitled Housekeeping by Natasha Trethewey. We mourn the broken things, chair legs wrenched from their seats, chipped plates, the threadbare clothes. We work the magic of glue, drive the nails, mend the holes. We save what we can, melt small pieces of soap, gather fallen pecans, keep neck bones for soup. Beating rugs against the house, we watch dust, lit like stars, spreading across the yard. Late afternoon, we draw the blinds to cool the rooms, drive the bugs out. My mother irons, singing, lost in reverie. I mark the pages of a mail order catalog, listen for passing cars. All day we watch for the mail, some news from a distant place. Housekeeping by Natasha Trethewey. If you're old enough, you remember when days moved at paces like that. When what you did in a week, in a month, how you saved things instead of throwing them out and getting something else. It's part of where I come from. It's part of how I got this way. Here's a piece that's kind of sneaky. It's titled Whereas My Eyes Land on the Shoreline by Layli Long Soldier. Whereas my eyes land on the shoreline of the arrival of Europeans in North America opened a new chapter in the history of native peoples. Because in others, I hate the act of laughing when hurt, injured, or in cases of danger. That bitter hiding. My daughter picks up new habits from friends. She'd been running, tripped, slid on knees and palms onto asphalt. They carried her into the kitchen. She just fell, she's bleeding. Deep red streams down her arms and legs, trails on white tile. I looked at her face. A smile quivered her. A laugh. A nervous. Doing as her friends do. She braved new behavior, feigned a grin. I couldn't name it, but I could spot it. Stop, my girl. If you're hurting, cry. Like that, she let it out, a flood from living room to bathroom, then a soft water pour I washed carefully, light touch, clean cotton to bandage. I faced her. I reminded. In our home, in our family, we are ourselves. Real feelings. Be true. Yet I'm serious when I say, I laugh reading the phrase, opened a new chapter. I can't help my body. I shake. The realization that it took this phrase to show. My daughter's quiver isn't new, but a deep practice, very old. She's watching me. Whereas my eyes land on the Shoreline by Layli Long Soldier. We come by things honestly, don't we? I wrote this piece on Tuesday. I have not titled it yet. Sometimes the titles come much later. It has not even been edited. 1 week to go, precious citizens. 1 week to practice hope. Hope is not gauzy. Hope is wearing ragged jeans, pebbles stuck in worn-soled shoes, grit streaked and wind-blown. Hope walks on in drizzle and fog and sings to keep the spirit. Things could go either way if polls are correct. They could go the way of democracy and freedom towards long-term projects to better lives, to work together even when it's boring and tricky. They could go that other way. It's possible too. Here's all I know. This country belongs to the people. Women fought 100 years for suffrage. People of color have marched and demanded change, claimed personhood from those who suppress them. They are fighting still. Those who love differently, identify differently, yes, they, stand to be recognized, to be whole. In that frame, I stand and breathe. I am ready. Ready to step into the stream of progress, but simultaneously ready. Ready to step forward, to hold fast in the gusting storm, to defy those who would otherize, make enemies who would demean humans, who see my body as a thing to control, my femaleness a weakness. When they try to bury us, they forget that we are powerful. We are seeds, potential, and promise. Untitled and original. I hope that you are participating. If you haven't voted yet, I hope you do as soon as possible or Tuesday. In my house, we get up early and go to the polls. We walk over and we walk back. And it feels really good to see the same people there year after year. I've never missed an election, and I'm not missing this one, and I won't miss the next one. whatever happens. This is Poems from Me to You, number 341. I'll see you again.